Hello, welcome back. Hope you're good, doing well. So we are having weekly market outlook for 2022 January to 26. Hopefully you are doing well. So let's move on. Let's look at the setups. So if anyone want to join us, just simply head to wave-share.com for membership, or looking for training, just simply head to membership levels. And if looking for further information, just simply fill that and send that to me. You can check membership levels over there. All right, or you can send further, fill that form for further information. So let's move on. So I do have some charts already posted on Telegram and on TV. So I'm gonna look at that on Trading View. So these couple of charts I have just posted recently, and some of them have updated. So let's look at this first on Telegram. So last week we have seen Ethereum and crypto at the start of the weekly market outlook. So I have spoken about short-term buy opportunities on some coins. Okay, so some of them still not ready. They are still pushing lower for short-term buy opportunities. We will talk about that. So Ethereum still pushing lower. We can see that we were expecting. We have seen bearish leg on Bitcoin, and Ethereum was setting up over there at this area and looking to drop. Now this is going down. Okay, so it went lower and heading down back to 2140. And if I'm gonna look at the Ethereum at current price, we can see that there is pressure on the Ethereum. So Ethereum is heading back to the floor, 2145. So we still may not see short-term buy opportunities on all coins, which I was talking about last week, as we can see that Bitcoin is still dragging lower, and led by Ethereum is also dragging lower. So we still can go lower all the way back to that 2140. So we can see that this move has already happened over there, and this move. So Bitcoin has just broken down that 3rd January lows, and Ethereum still hasn't visited that 23rd January lows. So this chart is same like we had last week. Ethereum is still dragging lower, and we had a buy opportunity last week on US 30, and let me check. So that has gone by the way. So the US 30 Dow was set to buy for short term, so has made its move. We can see this chart, and so that was also a good chart to grab for a short to medium term buy opportunity with a reasonable risk reward ratio. So we clearly can see over there that the Nasdaq 100 index made its move, bullish move, all right, and broke through that previous high. So I'm explaining the previous week setups which we had last week, all right, and then we're going to talk about the upcoming movements in the market. So there was a short-term buy opportunity happened over there on Dow. So very much same formation we can see over there. Yeah, so similar ABC move. You can see, you can call that ABC move. All right, so A here, B here, C here, and next leg was just appearing over there. So we can call that A, B, and C, and the next leg was just simply setting up over there. Yeah, so led by Nasdaq 100 index. So that trade led by Nasdaq 100 index. So we can see that both trades worked really well. So sell opportunity on Ethereum led by the Bitcoin, and similar buy opportunity on Dow, led by the Nasdaq 100 index. Okay, so it came back to that low and then again bounced back very hard and then hit that top. The 1 to 2 risk reward ratio target hit. Yeah, so it's still pushing slightly higher. We can see over there that the Dow is still, 4-hour time frame, still trying to go through that high. Yeah, so we broke that top and it's still pushing. So that was also a good buy opportunity. All right, so and then we were expecting dollar to go down. All right, so this short-term opportunity worked all right. Okay, this 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. So price went and then dragged this low. So that short-term move was okay. I mean, for short-term target. Okay, so it didn't exactly hit that high, but slightly went close to that previous high where I was anticipating entry. Yeah, so price went high and then dropped. Okay, so 1-to-1, if you have taken that trade either on either pair, on either dollar pair, then it has just hit the short-term target. Okay, but the next leg which I was anticipating over here on that this next leg, all right, so all the way back to this previous low or continue to keep dragging lower all the way back to that low is not there yet. Okay, so we may not see that next clear drop on dollar index at the moment, as we can see that we are having a couple of rate decisions going to happen over there. Okay, so you need to look at those rate decisions as well. So before you are going to look at that dollar trade. Okay, so tomorrow or tonight we can say that we are having rate decision on yen. Okay, so Bank of Japan is going to meet today. Yeah, so tonight. Okay, so we may not see big change from them, but again, any small change gonna be a big news for the market, because this is the only bank which is left behind that, all right, to change its policy. So yeah, you have to keep eyes. So if they're going to change anything, all right, going to call that 2% inflation target, or going to hint that they're going to change on next meeting, or maybe after that, going to be a good big news for the yen, and dollar can go down. So this is also a news which can drive the dollar, all right, and these news also can drive the dollar, all right. So on euro, so manufacturing PMI, services is the most important at the moment, as we can see that the manufacturing is slowing down, but services sector is still holding. Okay, so manufacturing is below 50. We can see that it is running around 42. So the important is services. Yeah, so where the manufacturing 42 and the services sector is 44 in France. Okay, and very much similar story in the Germany. So Germany is more important than, because Germany is a big economy and economic engine in the EU. So German data is more important. So we can see that the manufacturing went up to 38 in Germany and rebounded to 43. So services is still holding close to 50. That's holding the EU economy still strong. So because EU economies are mainly on the services sector, so services sector is still strong, and very much similar story going to be on euro. Yes, so euro flash manufacturing PMI data, so 44, and the services sector is still close to 50. You see that's holding. Service sector is holding the is not slowing down the economy. Service sector is not slowing. So very much same picture in the UK. 46 manufacturing, and service sector is above 50. Service sector is still strong, and they're going to be a rate decision on CAD. Okay, so no change. They are not going to raise the interest rates. Yeah, so the talk is that either they're going to cut or not. All right, So I mean, still gonna be higher for longer talk, or they're gonna say they're higher for longer. Okay, so no change, higher for longer. So similar story in the US manufacturing and service sector, yeah, 48 below 50, and manufacturing, yeah, so service sector is above 51. We can see over there. So yeah, so that's gonna be the story. So again, the ECB, okay, so they are not going to be hawkish. We clearly can see there. Okay, so this, let me quickly look at one chart and then come back. So they are not going to be hawkish. So they are, again, same story, higher for longer. So if we're gonna look at this, okay, so euro inflation rate minus interest rate, we can see that the rates are, very much, in a restrictive territory, so higher than the inflation. Yeah, so inflation is, fallen below the interest rate. Yeah, so this is telling us that the policy is, very much tight in the EU. So the rates are not going to, ECB is not going to raise the interest rate. Yeah, but what they are going to do is going to cut. That's going to be the talk. All right, so ECB interest rate the scene, and on Friday going to be a core PCE data. That's important. Okay, so ahead of that, for short term, we still can see strength on the dollar. Okay, that's the picture. So we still can see some strength on the dollar. I mean, we still can see another leg higher, like this structure is showing. All right, we still can see another push up to this top, or slightly can go higher, and then we may see, a similar story gonna be there from the Fed next week. All right, so Fed, I think, is going to come next week. So similar story we're gonna have. So there we can see that on 31st of January, so Fed is going to come. So they're gonna see similar words that, higher for longer. So they're not gonna, turn down. Higher for longer. Right now the talk is that either the central banks is going to cut in March or not. All right. So if March rate cut is going to extend for another month, all right, then that's going to be a slightly bullish. We can say that for dollar. All right. So slightly bullish for dollar. So we were there. Okay. So this trade is not there yet. Okay, as said that we still can see another leg higher on dollar. So still a short-term buy opportunity like this. Okay, one more leg can appear over there. So hopefully you got my point. Okay, so this trade is not ready for short term. We still can see one more up leg. Okay, and it's still tradable for short term, for today and tomorrow. Okay, so you can look for, I'm showing on DXY. If you don't trade on DXY, then you can trade on other dollar pairs. All right, so like that. So we still can see that one more leg higher. So the example we can use is that the silver is just not just the silver. Okay, so commodities are falling. We can see over there that we were expecting buy on silver as well last week. All right, so we can clearly see that. If I'm gonna invert that chart, I'm gonna look at that 1 hour on silver. Okay, so silver is just simply dragged lower. Okay, so this move is corrected back to that previous top. Okay, and we were having let me exactly pull out the places. Okay, so the correction started from this place and went up to on silver went up to this ABC move you can see there. Okay, so this ABC move appeared over there. All right, and this ABC move appeared over here, just this place. Okay, so what happened? Silver dropped after that, but DXY, I mean, other dollar pairs still got stronger. And we have seen that the silver went lower, another correction appeared over there. We were expecting it to go higher here at this area, so we'll talk about that later on. So it just broke out very, very aggressively. Okay, so we may see that move can spread over there across the market on dollar pairs, right? That move hasn't appeared yet on other dollar pairs. So that's why, I'm saying that we still can see another leg lower, higher on the DXY, which can test that high or can completely go for another leg. Okay, so another example which is very much similar can help you to understand that. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the other currencies, okay, so minor, like let's look at this. Okay, so developing countries. So we can see there that the correction appeared over there, right? So correction, this simple correction ABC move, we can say that appeared over there. All right, so again, let's exactly find the, find this top, and all right, so it has already very much similar like silver. Okay, so if I'm going to invert that, you see that it looks like very much similar like silver. Okay, silver has also done that and broken down that. Okay, this leg appeared over there in silver. So similarly, we still can push higher. Okay, so this like that leg is just appear over there. So these charts are showing us that we are having some strength on dollar. Okay, so which is not across the market yet. Okay, so if we're going to use this chart, this is also showing some strength. All right, so trying to break through that this correction, okay, which is very much similar like that. Okay, so trying to break through. And if I'm going to look at the Chinese yuan, is not broken out against the dollar. A dollar is not broken out against the Chinese yuan. Okay, so this leg, so silver is very much clear gone down. Okay, and also we can see that the gold is also trying to go down too. So okay, we'll talk about that gold too. So hopefully you understand that. So the point here is that where we can see the opportunity. Okay, and New Zealand dollar has also gone down. Okay, and then slightly recovered from that low. Okay, so this leg has already appeared over there, but trying to maintain that previous low. So hopefully you got my point. So we still can see another leg higher on the XY. All right, and last week we were talking about this place to watch out. Okay, so we clearly got a breakout. We were short and bullish on the dollar. This one more leg appear over there. We were buying the dollar for this leg, okay, and then looking for it to go down. All right, so this chart, okay, is not ready yet. Still can show you another leg higher. All right, and yeah, so similar goes with the New Zealand dollar. Okay, we just need to invert that chart. So yeah, so this is where we were expecting silver to go for another leg higher. Okay, so it came down, went higher. All right, but again it just broken down. Okay, so this is the New Zealand dollar chart. We were expecting it to go higher. Okay, after hitting that low, go back up. So we got a short one more up leg already on the and same trade we were expecting on the New Zealand dollar and CAD. It has also break down that low like silver. Okay, and same price action over there on the euro dollar. Okay, similar like DXY. So all these charts are not going to play out that as I have just posted on that day. Okay, so same goes on the T-bond futures. All right, so T-bond futures are also setting up for a buy opportunity. Okay, so we still may see another leg lower on T-bond futures. Okay, like that. So like that. So yeah, so short term we were still expecting euro to Australian dollar to go, and that was a short term trade on small time frame, on lower time frame, and it played out nicely. So we have already seen that chart. Okay, there we can see that the New Zealand dollar short term buy opportunity appeared over there at that lower time frame. All right, so that's dollar CAD for longer term. Okay, we were expecting it to drop from that top, if you remember that back in November. So dollar CAD to go down all the way back to that low. So that played out very well. Okay, this chart played out very well. On daily time frame, started to fall from that high to this low, and there is still chance that we still can see another leg lower on dollar CAD all the way up to 131. Okay, and let's see what Bank of Canada is going to say, about their policy. Either they are going to be hawkish or what, and if so, then we may see, another leg lower. Okay, but as I said that DXY still can go for another leg higher, so we still may see another push over there within this formation. All right, so same goes, these are the T-bond features. All right, so short-term move happened over there, the move which I was talking about on the Kiwi CAD. Okay, this short-term, this trade already happened over there from this low to back to that high. So okay, now this is the recent update which I have just posted on DXY. So we still may see one more leg higher. Okay, now let's talk about, hopefully you understand the point. Okay, what we may see. Okay, so some commodities are already heading for that move. So let's say if we're going to look at the okay, so gold is still trying to drag lower. Okay, but we can see that the silver went lower. Okay, let's look at the copper. Copper is also trying to break through this 4-hour time frame leg lower, very much similar like silver. Okay, back to that low. So not exactly clear on this chart, the next leg which I'm talking about on DXY. Okay, so this platinum is also trying to break through, so commodities are slightly getting weaker. Okay, so the palladium also went lower on this 4-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame might be more clear for you to understand that, but the correction is breaking out over there on these charts. Okay, which is just simply sending a signal that dollar still can gain for another leg. Okay, this one more leg is just simply appearing over there. So much clear on this chart. Okay, the next leg very much similar like silver. Okay, so if I'm gonna put silver on my right side, all right, and on my left side and on right side, the Australian dollar. Okay, so there we can see that this chart hasn't broken out that flag which we have just seen on okay, so last week we were expecting this to go higher at these areas. Okay, so we were expecting price to come and hold and go. So we were selling this leg, and we got broke out that this low, and then we were shorting this whole move. Okay, so the point here right now I'm talking about is that this correction still can drag lower. Okay, like we have seen here and on other commodities. All right, so yeah, this is going to be a good chart then to trade. All right, this is still in a correction, and breakdown can drag that to all the way up to 65, 20, 30. Yeah, so still we can see that next leg lower. So hopefully you understand the dollar pairs. So what we can see on dollar pairs. Okay, so if I'm gonna go one by one. So from, as I said that in the previous weekly market outlook, yeah, that this pair for 1 to 10, 1 to 7 return. Okay, and same again if it goes down. Yeah, so you're looking for for this to go back up like that kind of trade. Okay, a 1 to 8, all right, or in worst case scenario, just 1 to 1 from this low to go back up. And I've explained that in the previous weekly market outlook as well. So right now, the place to pay attention for short-term buying opportunity is this place. Okay, so there where you are paying attention and looking for, you know, a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio trade somewhere here within these areas. These, I mean, simply from 20. Okay, so 0.020 is a good place to look for it to hold. All right, so 0.20 is a good place to look for it to hold, and you're looking for it to go back up for at least 1-to-1, or I mean 0.20 to 0.30, a 0.030 target, 0.030, at least 1-to-1 or slightly more than 1-to-1. Okay, but there, when you are looking to buy at this area like this, okay, spike, you're searching this spike over there at these areas. So there is also a risk that the price can you know, aggressively break down and then can reverse. So make sure you don't jump into, I mean, don't use just pending orders. So watch it. If it breaks down, gets more lower, then, you know, you're looking it to go back up. Okay, so DXY, hopefully you got the point. Okay, we still may see one more up leg over there. So right now, what you are, I mean, price is just simply away from these lows, okay, and you have to wait the price to come over there, and then you will be able to buy. So where you're paying attention is these areas, okay. So these lows, price may not test that low exactly and can continue to keep grinding higher slowly all the way back to that high. Okay, so there you are paying attention. This is within that box, and looking for this to this box. All right, so looking to that hold, and same goes there. Okay, so there is the dollar CAD chart. Okay, my I mean, formation is slightly, I mean, very much similar like DXY. So last week we have spoken about the bigger time frame, okay, like this sideways market. Big sideways market is just happening over there on dollar CAD. So if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, so better not to trade on this chart now, okay, but this is gonna be a good chart to watch during the Bank of Canada rate the scene. Okay, so Bank of Canada rate the scene gonna be on Wednesday, all right, and I guess that after that Bank of Canada rate the scene, we may see clear leg higher. Okay, so we may see clear that aggressive leg all the way back to that high. So the move which is just appearing over there is caused by that rate decision. Okay, so Bank of Canada rate decision is causing you know, dollar to fall against the CAD, and this whole move has extended more than any other dollar pairs, okay, of this bullish leg. So or if you don't want to trade that away and simply, you know, I mean, don't want to catch the floor, okay, then the other thing is that you know, wait for a strong breakout of this, you know, this flag, and once that flag breakout comes over there, entry, stop, and look for this to go back up. Okay, till that breakout, you know, keep eyes on this chart. It's not ready yet, okay, but once we're gonna see that the other dollar pairs are moving in the same direction which I have just shown you, then obviously you're gonna see that this pair will also pick up and go back to that top. All right, so it's going down. As I said, we are having a Bank of Canada rate this year, but market is expecting, you know, stronger CAD ahead of that. But after that, you know, we may see, you know, a change in the direction. So we are not anticipating this move to go all the way up to this low, okay, not expecting that. So if that happens again, okay, so from these lows again, you are looking it to go back up for longer term on 4 hour time or daily time frame, this sideways market to hold. Okay, so chart I have just already shown you here that the longer term move has already completed this move at that previous low, and this bigger sideways market again from this low, you are looking it to go back up. All right, these areas. So this move has completed. So if we are having another leg lower, so they're going to be again at 1.31 for longer term buy opportunities will start to appear over there. Okay, so we are not anticipating at the moment. Okay, last week we were expecting it to go down, but slight structure has changed over there. All right, and then looking for buy, so we haven't seen. So this breakout, if breakout comes, then you are looking to go back up. Till that breakout, hold on. All right, so euro was a short-term sell opportunity. Yeah, so I have just it is a similar trade like I have explained already on dollar pairs. Okay, so like DXY. All right, so it's just going into that direction. We clearly can see there. So let me bring out the chart, which I have just already posted in my room. So this is okay. So the trade is already happening over there. This, and from, as I said, that we have seen that the price rebounded after breaking out that on some other assets. Okay, and if that rebound keeps coming over there, then we're gonna start looking for that trade, right? Which is already posted for dollar to go down after the Fed rate decision. So Fed rate decision is just holding the dollar, stronger dollar at the moment. All right, so that trade is already happening over there. So it's going up and going down. Okay, the trade is already happening over there. So there was a short-term trade just happened earlier before the weekly market outlook started. Yeah, so a sell opportunity, so we sold there right at this area, and the short term, let me show you. That's why I said to you, you're looking for that box which I have just drawn over there on DXY. So at this area, and looking for stop loss. Was this a short term trade? Yeah, so looking for at least 1-to-1 risk reward ratio here at this area, that trade. All right, so it's just simply going down very, very quickly. So this short-term trade has already hit the target. Yeah, so at this area, so closed. That trade has just closed. This, I mean, with the 10, 10 or 15 pips move has already happened over there, but that can still keep grinding lower for 1 hour time frame trade, which I have just shown already there. Okay, just now. So I mean, this trade, all right, that trade is already playing out over there. For more downside target gonna be there at this low. All right, so similar chart like other commodities or yeah, so that's already playing out over there. So you're still looking it to go all the way and test that low, and from that low, okay, so the wedge formation to hold that. We don't have indication yet for this buy opportunity. As I said that, okay, we don't have indication for these moves to happen at the moment. But what is the general picture? The general picture is that the bond is a buy. Okay, so the general picture is that the bonds are going to be a, I mean, let me explain this in a different way so that you guys can understand that. Okay, so the general picture is that bonds. I'm gonna look at the 10-year yield. Okay, so the general picture, everyone is just calling out that buy bonds. All right, so there we can see that the 10-year yield is setting up for a very much similar flag. Okay, the general idea, or everyone is just calling it that go and buy bonds. All right, so just JP Morgan said that buy at 5 years treasuries earlier today. So all right, so I'm looking at the 10 years, so this leg, all right, and all the way up to this previous low. Okay, so what central banks are saying, they are saying that rate's gonna stay higher for longer. Okay, higher for longer. That's what they are saying, higher for longer. All right, but when we look at the inflation, so inflation is not saying that. Inflation is saying that they are going to cut. All right, so inflation rate year on year. So there we can see that. I have just shown that chart already on the EU. All right, so the ECB one. So ECB interest rate is higher than the inflation rate. So similarly, the Fed interest rate is holding at 550, okay, and the inflation is at 340. We have spoken about that last week as well. So that's the general picture. That's the general idea. That's what market, the bigger overview, that inflation is lower than the interest rate, okay, and central banks has to cut the interest rate because of the lower inflation. So that's the longer term direction, okay. So yield has to fall, the 10-year yields, 2-year yields, all right. So 5-year yields, they has to fall. So once we're gonna see that next leg, okay. So similar story we're gonna see on dollar. That's the general picture on the dollar, okay. Dollar will also go down. Hopefully you got my point. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the DXY on right side. Okay, so similar structure we can see here. Yeah. So similar ABC move you can see over there. And last week we had the same picture as well. So that's the general picture, okay, general view. So DXY will go down. But right now we have spoken about that one more leg higher. All right, and then drop. So yeah, 10-year yield still can push higher for another leg higher, as we can see that the central banks are coming in this week and next week, and they're gonna say that higher for longer can slightly push yields higher. So that's why commodities are already, you know, going down, and dollar just stronger. So yeah, so as I said, that we are not having, you know, the signal or the sign for this next leg higher, okay. But what we are having right now, this one more down, and we'll see from that bottom if we're gonna get any sign for buying, okay. So we'll start looking for this to go back up all the way back to that high, or at least up to this area, okay. This all right. So first of all, short term, medium term, and longer term, go all the way back to that high. So structure gonna stay into that wedge for a while until it changes. So same goes with the pound, okay. So pound is also let me look at the bigger picture, okay, like that. So on lower time frame we are within that wedge, and on lower time frame similar picture, okay. So last week, as I said, that price at least needs to come over there somewhere there within these areas before you buy. Yeah, so it went all the way back to that low and then reverse. So last week, you know, this wasn't a good chart to watch, okay. So what happened over there? So inflation came stronger, caused pound to go higher, okay. But again, you know, retail sales came, and which dragged the pound lower all the way back to that low. So what is the trade? Okay, so the trade is a short term, very much similar like 3-minute time frames, which I have just shown on the euro already, okay. So you're looking for this to hold that top, okay. So this top, all right, hold that top, and looking for at least 1-to-1 risk reward ratios. Let me pull out that horizontal ray over there. You're looking for this 1-to-1, and in best case scenario, you know, drag more lower. Okay, these going to be the targets. So last week we were expecting them to go down, okay. We had some good moves over there, okay. If I'm gonna look at this, all right, so during the week, so we had some good moves, and remember we were looking for dollar to get weaker in the weekly market outlook, okay. But during the week we started to see signs that the dollar is not going to get weaker, and we are going to have some, you know, strength on dollar, okay. And dollar was still a short-term buy opportunity. So like here, okay, so dollar, I mean, we clearly can see that the franc went higher aggressively against the yen, and there was a short-term buy opportunity on a dollar against the, all right. So that move happened over there after that. So still then dollar is still strong against the yen, and there was a short-term sell opportunity on the pound as well, all right, like that. So similar moves. We were expecting short-term move on dollar, yeah. So that one more leg lower appeared, and we have small move happened over there on the Australian dollar. The Australian dollar did not hit that low all the way, and then recovered. So same happened with the pound. Yeah, pound came up to this low. Euro exactly tagged that low, All right, euro exactly hit that low, but pound did not hit that low. All right, so tag the low then and pushed up. So there we can see that. Okay, euro hit that target, but pound did not hit that low all the way up to 126. So short-term sell opportunity happened over there. So the point is same again. All right, so you're looking for targets to these areas at least, okay, up to this area. So from that high, and in best case scenario, tag that low, this area. Okay, so that's pound. So still countering it. All right, as commodities are still strong. So go for a short-term target first, and if it keeps falling aggressively, then go all the way back to that low. You can extend your target to those lows. So Australian dollar, okay, I have spoken about that. Australian dollar, yeah, so commodities, we clearly can see there that the platinum, palladium, silver, they are down. Gold is also down, but not so aggressively down. All right, and silver is simply a sign that dollar is just trying to gain its strength, but not against the currencies yet. Okay, so yeah, there, so went down, and gold is also went lower, but not so aggressively. So yeah, just seen those charts, and you're paying attention on this chart very closely, as long as you see that the commodities are keep dragging lower. So because Australian dollar is still at a good spot, which you can catch. All right, so you're looking for, yeah, we'll see how far it goes. Okay, again, picture is very much similar like the DXY, so I don't think so. Okay, inverted chart and flag is very much clear. All right, like similar wedge like DXY we have just seen. Okay, how far it goes, we'll see that. Okay, DXY, yeah, so or euro dollar, this much target first. Okay, so I mean, I will talk about on lower time frame what targets you're paying attention on this chart. So okay, so breakout, so 1 hour time frame, I mean breakout to happen, this breakout to happen and go that much, you know, this low at least first, and you're paying attention right now at this low, okay, this area, so where you can get a short-term sell opportunity, and in best case scenario that can continue to keep falling lower all the way back to that low. So let me pull out the chart. Okay, like this. Yeah, so in case if you get stopped out, right, and price visit that high, so still gonna be a, you know, you're still going to be looking to at least go to this low or all the way by looking at the other assets, how other assets are doing, how commodities are doing. All right, so hopefully you got my point. Yeah, so that trade, so you know, it is trying to break through this top. All right, so trying to break through that top, as we can see that the New Zealand dollar is slightly stronger and pushed up from those lows. Okay, it's coming off. All right, so coming off from these lows. Yeah, we may slightly get through the high, and yeah, so slightly can push up. So if it goes higher, don't jump into that trade, let it push more higher all the way up to 66. All right, so 66 100 at that high, and then, you know, try, you know, catching it. I mean, you're paying attention at those both places. All right, at this area and that high, you may get a good price action for sell opportunity on this chart. All right, so New Zealand dollar, there was a short-term buy opportunity already has happened over there from that low. Okay, but I don't see that, you know, I mean, this move is going to happen, which I have just posted over there last week. All right, so we are coming off again. Okay, we were expecting that buy. These charts. Okay, one more leg. Both happened. Okay, so both happened. this leg happened, all right, and then went higher, okay, then dropped, all right. Couple of short-term trades has already happened over there in this wedge, and then again price, you know, is pushing higher back to that high. So yeah, so you're still looking for this wedge to break down, right, so to the downside rather than for upside for another leg higher as shown on the other commodities. Yeah, okay, so it came down, bounced off, and we still can see that this trade is not going to play out yet, okay. But as I said, that the general idea, okay, the general picture as shown on the inflation and the yields, okay, we still can see another leg higher, bigger time, 4 hour time frame, okay. We still can see this, just keep trading within this sideways market at the moment. Right, so you're looking at yeah, so you're looking at to drop after hitting from these highs. So it can, you know, it can draw from this low, all right, but this is not a good trade at the moment, all right. So yeah, so as shown on that top, yeah, so you still can see short-term continuation to the downside within these areas, these lows, okay. So price still can tag that low. So yeah, that's what you are looking, right, and it can break down. Okay, so it can test that low and even further can break down like other commodities. So still a short-term bullish on the dollar. Yeah, makes sense. And we'll see in once we can have, you know, these central banks. Yeah, so ECB, Bank of Canada, BOJ, and how they're gonna do. So generally, when these central banks comes, dollar should fall. All right. When you're having ECB rate the CN, euro should get stronger. But this is not the picture, as we can see that the inflation is falling and these central banks have already, you know, reached their limits, their hawkish limits. Okay, now there is a turnaround which can, you know, drag their currencies lower after their rate the CN. So that's I mean, what's happening? What is happening right now? We need to understand that. Okay, so when central banks is saying that higher for longer, that's pushing their currencies higher. But all right, okay, but when they're having, you know, actual meetings to make a decision what to do, all right, they are not making decisions, so causing their currencies to go down. So buying news, pushing their currencies higher. Okay, buy the rumors. Okay, sell the facts. All right, that's what market is doing right now. So the dollar franc, dollar chief, very much similar like that. We still can see another push higher, like, you know, my 4 hour time frame chart is showing. Okay, and bigger picture is still a rebound on dollar chief. Okay, so this is not ready. Okay, because very tight correction over there. You know, if we compare this chart with the Australian dollar correction is, you know, much deeper. Okay, so but the trade is very much similar like that. All right, so very much similar like this. So 1 to 1, and if it breaks through that top, then you are looking it to go much higher. All right, so I'm expecting price action at these areas where the previous low is, yeah, within that flat formation. All right, like that. Not a best trade, all right? But if you are interested, just simply pay attention over there. Pound CAD to go down. Okay, if pound CAD tests that high, you are looking it to go down for another leg like that. All right. So pound New Zealand dollar is also very much similar. If it tests that high, you're looking it to go down. As I have shown another leg lower on New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar. Okay, so they slightly can push higher like that. They slightly can push higher. These lows can be held and they can push higher before we're gonna see, you know, them to go down. All right, but the general picture is that you're looking it to, you know, hit that top. I mean, once that top, in this top. All right, in these areas, so you're paying attention over them for them to go down. So pound New Zealand dollar, pound Australian dollar is also very much similar. Okay, we still can see slight push up on them at this area on lower time frame. Okay, this is the move from the high, so these lows. Okay, so we still can see another push up, okay, back to this high, or slightly can go higher before we're gonna see, you know, drop on them. But this is what you are looking on them. Same goes on this euro Australian dollar. Okay, so we can go back up for short term. All right, so we can go back up for short term before we are going to get down this one more leg. All right, so that's what you are looking again. Similar picture, them to go down. Okay, so same picture here. Not expecting that to go all the way back to the high at the moment. All right, but that's longer term picture. But right now, okay, and small push up like that, and then again go down. Okay, so Aussie Chief, last week it tested that low, all right, and this week price is just simply running within that wedge. Okay, that wedge still can break down for another leg lower. Not a best pair at the moment, all right, but we are, you know, we still can see one more leg lower. Okay, this can break down, so just simply ignore that. It is not at a best spot where you can trade on this. All right, so efficiently. So same goes with the Kiwi Chief. Okay, another breakdown, another leg lower, and visit that low. All right, so we are still having that wedge which we had last week, and it gone back up from that low. All right, so still continue to keep dragging lower. So Kiwi CAD. Okay, so we were expecting it to go back up. What I will suggest you to look for, don't trade on this chart at the moment, all right? But keep eyes on this chart during the Bank of Canada rate the scene. And if we get a breakout, sharp aggressive breakout during Bank of Canada rate the scene, okay, then go back up all the way back to that top. Otherwise, it is going to visit that low, all right? And you don't have a sell opportunity over there. You only can counter that drop, which is just happening over there, all right? So same goes with the Aussie CAD. Okay, so this is the trade which I have just shown already to you guys on the Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, let me pull out this chart on my right side and bring the Australian dollar 1 hour time frame. Okay, so correction is very much similar. Okay, but this correction has just, you know, removed its gains back to 70%. Okay, so this correction, that correction, it has removed its gains from these gains. Okay, so up to 70%. So further downside, okay, will make your case stronger for Australian dollar to go down to. Okay, so what's happening here? Okay, so CAD is getting stronger. All right, so CAD is getting stronger, so which is also a sign for dollar strength in coming days. All right, so coming hours, we can say that, not days, coming hours. So this is the trade which I have just shown you, at least up to 70% at this low, or all the way back to that low. All right, so this trade is also being shown by commodities. All right, and the Aussie CAD is already following the commodities going down. Okay, on bigger picture, still go down. Okay, it's falling, and there is a chance that we still can. I mean, this is the bigger picture. Okay, but right now the picture is very much clear, like I have shown on the Australian dollar. Okay, so this to just continue this low, or ignore the bigger picture at the moment. We don't have a sign at the moment for the bigger picture. It can go both ways. Okay, but what is the picture right now? Just simply, I mean, go. Let me. Okay, so this is just, I mean, we can say that is a guess, okay, this formation, but that's possible. Let me pull out. But yes, if Aussie CAD keeps falling, yeah, it's a good sign for you to keep chasing the Australian dollar, US dollar for the downside. Okay, so what is the guess? The guess is that flat formation is possible. Okay, there is no sign for that to happen. Okay, but yes, based on support and resistance, support and resistance, you can expect price to hold that previous low and bounce back for another leg higher. Okay, we don't have any sign at this moment for this next leg higher. Okay, but that can happen. All right, but that can happen over there, so during the week. So you are, like this is what you are at the moment looking for, just with going with the trend. Okay, the trend is just simply this: sideways, another leg. Okay, flag is breaking, going down, testing this low. All right, and we may get a price action over there for another leg higher. Price can test that and again can continue to keep dragging lower. So yeah, just keep in mind. So you don't have sell opportunity on this chart at the moment because it has already broken out, dragging lower. All right, and yes, that's what you can watch. Okay, so trade is appearing over there on other pairs, so you need to look at them. So euro pound is coming back to that floor. We may see some buying momentum over there at these two places where you can see my green box. Okay, at these lows. All right, it's not ready simply yet. We need to see weaknesses on the pound for euro to go back up. Pound is still strong than the euro. Okay, so that's why it's still dragging lower. So yeah, so you're paying attention. It's not ready to do anything. It can break down slightly, can go lower than this and can test that low. Okay, but it's just simply entering into a good place, good areas where you can expect it to rebound. All right, so during the week you can expect it to hold these lows and go back up. Just simply keep eyes. It's not ready to do anything at the moment. So franc. Okay, so pound chief. All right, pound has reversed more against the chief, is a sign that the chief has to get down. All right, and yeah, still continuation with that trend. Okay, that trend we can see there is a longer term bearish trend, and shouldn't go against that. Okay, you see that the trend is very much strong for the downside. But last week we were expecting this flag to break down. Okay, we haven't seen breakdown and price simply went for another leg higher. So what we can expect, we simply can expect it to push for another leg higher. Okay, as we are expecting on other pairs. So another leg can happen over there. It can push up, and then you are watching price action on these tops and these resistance areas, and price to hold and continue to keep dragging for another leg lower like that. All right. So as shown on the dollar chief, okay, so similarly we still can see another push up. Not a good buy opportunity, yeah, but keep your eyes open. When it tests that top resistance areas, we can see a decent one more leg lower after having some price action. So this might be a medium term to longer term trade, yeah. So you may not get that within this week. All right, somewhere there. All right, you may not get that within this week. So you have to be patient if you are trying to catch that chart, and need to show some, really, big patience to get that opportunity. Yeah. So if I'm gonna clown it, and these areas you're looking for some price action. All right. So what's happening over there? Okay. So let's talk about it in a different way. So after putting that these, yeah, so this like that. Okay, so this resistance and that resistance, you're paying attention. So let's talk about it in a different way. So policy is very much tight, more tight at the moment in the UK than we can say that than the other banks. All right, and market is expecting that inflation is going to fall very, very aggressively in the UK in May or April, May. All right, and which can put pressure on the Bank of England to cut rates so aggressively than the other banks. All right, and which can cause that pound to go down. All right, but what happened last week? All right, so inflation surprise for upside caused pound to stay stronger. Again, if you're going to look at the this chart, all right, so we can see there that so if we look at this chart, okay, all right, so we can see there that the inflation has significantly fallen below the interest rate, okay, but the GDP, if we're gonna look at the UK GDP is set to fall below 0, okay, so they have UK has narrowly, saved the second quarter negative numbers recently, so caused pound to stay stronger for a while. So sometimes it's hard to find that chart. These are around 1000 charts I have added on my watch list, so sometimes you don't remember that where you have added, so where it's placed. So yeah, generally, yeah, so GDP is set to fall below 0, all right, so that's that's why market is expecting sharp rate cuts in the UK. Yeah, so that's why you are expecting, I mean, we may not have similar kind of story from the Swiss National Bank, all right, they cannot cut the rate similar way, but more pressure going to be over there on the UK because their economy is being expected that going to slower sharply than the others in the UK. So yeah, this is what you're looking, trending move. So Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar also go down, tag that low, and then you are interested in buy opportunities. So market is staying sideways. I would suggest you to just simply ignore it, okay? But yes, this is the 4-hour time frame, another leg lower, test that low, and then go back up. So cheap yen, all right. So news just broke out on Bloomberg that the city is selling the Swiss franc against the chief, all right. So city is selling this pair, all right. So the reason is only that Bank of Japan has to do something, all right. So yeah, so this is what we are expecting this to go down. So it's a really difficult pair to sell to counter it. It's very strong for upside. So if very aggressive sell comes over there, then join and look for it to go down, all right. And this is what we are looking, that wedge to break down to the downside. Not ready, okay, but any sell comes over there tomorrow on it during the Bank of Japan rate, the CN sharp sell-off appears over there, just simply follow that, okay. And same on the euro yen, all right. So you are expecting euro yen to I mean, this slow move which is just appearing over there, okay, it can continue to keep climbing all the way back to that high. This is my formation, all right. Go back up and then drop, or just simply break down and continue to keep dragging lower. So this is the formation you are watching during the Bank of Japan rate, the CN, okay. We still can see another leg lower, all right, as we can see that the Nikkei index is just keep pushing higher, all right. So still pointing out another leg higher on yen pairs. So we still can see another leg higher all the way back to that high. So if Bank of Japan is going to do something tonight, then this wedge to break down and this leg to appear over there. So get in, stop behind that, and continue to keep falling. All right, like that. If breakdown comes over there, so sharp breakdown. This is going to be the picture all over against the yen pairs, because you don't know what Bank of Japan is going to do. Again, more likely, they're gonna downplay They're not gonna, you know, do anything, but you have to be ready. All right, so you never know, you know, the real picture they know. Okay, so same on the last week, we were expecting another leg higher on the pound yen. All right, so at this area, so we are having that leg which is just pushing higher back to that high. So this week, so you are expecting it to just simply slightly can push higher. Okay, this top can be broken again for one more time. But yes, Bank of Japan, you're watching at that high, okay, and looking for this to drag lower from that top. Counter. All right, this move you're looking for during the Bank of Japan rate this year. Yeah, so structure is showing. Daily time frame, yeah, so wedge is just simply forming, yeah, so like that. At least this move, that leg. So dollar yen is also very much similar like the euro yen. Okay, so this move, as said, you know, some central banks are calling, some, you know, banks are calling to buy the yen or buy the treasuries, inversely buy the yen. All right, so a similar picture. Okay, we still can see another push on this chart for one more, as shown on the DXY. Yeah, so we still can see one more push up, which can push up to that high. All right, but again, as said, if Bank of Japan is going to surprise, then break down, okay, and then continue to keep dragging lower all the way these lows up to 27. Okay, so we still can see another push on this chart, like I'm showing at this area. So this one more leg higher is still possible. Okay, this one more leg. So taking that trade ahead of the Bank of Japan rate, this is slightly risky. Okay, so don't take that trade. All right, why I'm saying that, don't take that trade. Okay, so you know, there is a risk that you know, news can be leaked, all right, into the market today, which can drive the market, which can drive the yen higher. Okay, if changes come in, then, you know, news can be leaked, all right, and that can drive the market. That's what we are having, you know, every time when we are having Bank of Japan meeting. Yeah, so news leaking out before the Bank of Japan rate the CM, yeah, and market is moving based on that. So that can happen again. So it's a risk to take that trade. Yeah, it can stop you out before going to go into your direction. So yeah, so just break out. Okay, break out, or let the Bank of Japan made its decision. All right, so if they don't change policy, don't do anything. All right, so we still can see this one more leg all the way back to that high can happen over there. So yeah, so a sharp breakdown. I would suggest you to only chase the sharp breakdown like that. A sharp sell appears, then you are in. If it doesn't appear, don't try to catch the top. It can keep pushing higher slowly. Yeah, so like that. Okay, so CAD yen. So CAD yen is also at that top, and there is a Bank of Canada rate the CN, so you're looking at to go down after that. Or Japan is more important than the Bank of Canada. Yeah, so you're paying attention, looking for this to fall aggressively to the downside. Resistance, so it's hitting the resistance. So same goes on the Uzi yen. All right, so you look in these areas, those resistance places, and yeah, it can test that high. All right, but yeah, this one more push at the moment, slightly push more higher and then go down. Okay, this in worst case scenario visit that high. Okay, so that's what you're looking. So short-term trade, I'm gonna be from there to these areas. Okay, so these areas, and in a best case scenario, aggressive sell-off, as said, breakdown. Same. Okay, so it's just simply slowing down. So you look in these areas, that place, this resistance area, and 1-to-1, or in best case scenario, go down. If test that high, still gonna be a good place to watch. I'm gonna ignore that chart. Okay, so this is clearly telling us that the chief is going to get weaker. Okay, and yeah, this is a longer term picture, we can say that, but I will ignore this chart again. So it can continue to keep pushing more higher. So very slow moving, gonna be against the trend, a risky pair to chase for upside. All right, so dollar Chinese yuan, this is basically a lead for you to sell the dollar. All right, so this is basically a lead for you to sell the dollar. So what Bank of China is doing right now, setting yuan at midpoint 7.11. Okay, remember previously when the dollar was at that top, all right? So Bank of China, they were setting the yuan rate at 7.11, very aggressive strength on Chinese yuan. They were setting that rate at this area. So against same, they are setting it at 7.11, reference rate 7.11, which is a sign that we are going to see drop on dollar in coming days to weeks. Okay, specifically after the Fed rate, the CN. So we're gonna see dollar to go down. But right now, as shown on the other dollar pairs, okay, we still can see, yeah, so structure gonna remain that way. All right, I'm gonna delete that line. Okay, we still can see one more leg higher, which can push back to that high or slightly higher than that. Okay, this high or higher than that within that wedge. So this is the picture. Okay, so eventually the dollar has to go down back to this low up to 7.11, where the Bank of China is setting the reference rate. So it's a good indication for the dollar to fall after the Fed rate is seen. So yeah, so right now go back up and then drop, right, or test that high. So you don't have a perfect opportunity right now, but if it tests that high, you are looking it to go down where the People Bank of China is setting the reference rate. So go into that direction. All right, so let's look at the equities. I'm gonna ignore the Euro chief, yeah. So equities are still very, very strong. Okay, in the previous weekly market outlook, we were expecting a big expanding triangle, if you remember. All right, so there is still a chance that we can see another big drop. Okay, back to that low. That's a bigger picture. All right, but I'm going to look at the lower time frame. All right, so we can see that the strength is extreme over there on Dow. It's just going vertical. All right, so it's just going vertical. So you cannot expect it to just keep doing that way. All right, and at some point you can expect it to go and correct and fall in a big daily correction. So if not that bigger expanding triangle formation, all right, then at least a daily correction similar like that, right? Similar like that correction. So we may see that kind of correction on equities. So yeah, it is strong for short term. It's okay to stay bullish on them, all right? But you have to keep in your mind that correction can happen over there. So the trade was okay last week, all right? So which I have shown already at the start. That trade was okay. 4-hour time frame trade was perfect, all right? And what you can expect it to just correct, all right? Or keep pushing slowly higher, and then again give us a again big 4-hour time frame correction or bigger daily correction. So you again going to play a wait and see game on it. All right, or if you still want to trade, then trade setup's going to be on a lower time frame where you can expect pullback and can trade them for short and for upside while looking at the other assets, how they are playing out. All right, so like that. So I don't have opportunity on it right now. All right, so opportunity was there last week. In case if it appears over there during the week, I'll try my best to update to you. All right, so yeah, wait and see. They are at the top, new highs. All right, so similar picture, similar story here on Nasdaq 100 index. All right, so it's also going vertical. Yeah, so it's also going vertical. So you have to expect correction over there on this. All right, like that, something like that, correction to appear over there. So on lower time frame, same as Dow, it is pushing higher, so you can expect it to keep slightly pushing higher on lower time frame, like 1 or 1 or 3 minute time frame. So yeah, so pullback is due, so you don't have anything to do it on it right now. So same goes with the S&P 500. Okay, it's also vertical, pushing higher. Market is expecting that they're going to be rate cut, soft landing, and that soft landing is driving it higher. All right, so correction is due. All right, so like that. So we don't have a sign for that correction yet. So still a short-term bullish on lower time frame. Okay, so there we can see buy opportunity on US Russell 2000. Still it has to catch up to that high, still lagging. So it is already away from that lows. Okay, but as I have shown, one more leg higher on the DXY. If we get that lag, okay, then it may test that low. So if it is going to test that low, then you are looking it to go back up. All right, so these targets. Okay, so 1 to 1, yeah, then this target, this area, and then that target, or in best case scenario, just catch up the other US indices, Dow and S&P 500, and go all the way back to the high. So that's a longer term picture. On short term, yeah, it's bounced off, and from that, after breaking, we were expecting it to hold that low last week, I guess. Okay, so it slightly went lower and then bounced off. So yeah, so continue. All right, so EU indices, Dow is also, yes, last week again, big expanding triangle, just for a reminder. So we are still in a flag, we are still in that bigger correction. Okay, so what we can expect, wouldn't suggest you to do anything. I mean, buying over there or sell. Okay, so another leg lower. Okay, then there where you can expect it to go back up within that flag, or test the high, or complete another bullish leg over there, similar like US indices, or like Nikkei index. Okay, so very much similar picture gonna be over there on others. All right, so this previous floor. Okay, so same formation. So like we have seen that the Nikkei went higher. So I'm gonna ignore the Nikkei, and dollar, gold Okay, gold still gonna be a buy opportunity, similar like the US in this, the European indices. So right now we are expecting gold to test that low. Right. So last week we were expecting, if you missed the trade already from the floor, okay, then you're expecting it to tag that low. Okay, so this one more like to come test that low and then go back up. All right, so it came, tested that low and pushing higher. All right, so what you can expect is to gold to not continue. All right, and tag that low again. All right, these lows. Okay, so and then you're paying attention for this to go back up. As long as there is conflict going on in the Middle East, gold going to be a buy the dip opportunities for short term. And on bigger time frame, we are still expecting visit 1680. All right, so like that. So don't chase it right now. It can continue, but it's not at a best spot where you can chase it. If it visit these lows or slightly new low is coming over there, like my lines are showing, trend lines are showing. All right, so then you're paying attention for this move. Okay, if this one more like appear and test that low. Okay, so stay bullish every time when you see that new low is coming over there within this area, correctively, not so aggressively. All right, so silver broke the low which we were talking about, right? And pay attention at the support areas. All right, and similar like gold, we still can still can expect it to go all the way back to that high, 26. Not ready to buy at the moment, guys. Simply keep highs during the week. Okay, oil to visit the lows, visit the floor. So lots of things are happening in the Middle East. All right, specifically the scenario is very bad for the Saudis. All right, so Saudis are having a blockade, almost kind of blockade scenario, not complete blockade, but scenario is very much like that. All right, so Bab al-Mandab is also closed for shipping. Yeah, so that Saudis supply their oil from through that Bab al-Mandab and Strait of Hormuz. So if both shut down because of the conflict, then how the Saudis gonna supply their oil? Then they have to go to the specifically to the Asian countries. How they're gonna supply oil to the Asian countries? Then they have to, they have to go through Suez Canal and have to take around Cape Town, South Africa, and then have to go into the Asian countries. Yeah, so which is a bad story for the oil. Okay, then we can see aggressive spike on oil. So right now we don't have any indication, but this picture is building over there, which can spike the oil for upside. Yeah, if things get more worse, oil blockade is coming specifically for the Saudis. Yeah, that can drive the oil prices higher. Yeah, so that's why when you see that the oil is coming closer to 65 areas, you are looking at to buy short-term buy opportunity on oil. Short-term, just stay bullish. All right, so not short-term. All right, so we still can visit 95, 96 areas. Okay, but first, yeah, you are targeting. This to. 65 is a cap price. That's why it is a reference price simply. Okay, and we may see buying opportunities over there once price visit that 67, 65 areas. Okay, and still can visit that high. So yeah, wouldn't suggest you to chase that trade. All right, sell can happen, but wouldn't suggest you to chase that trade. I said that many things are going on, and the price can is just simply staying sideways and can stop you out before you're gonna get that leg lower. So selling is not a good idea on oil at the current price. But yes, buying for short term is a good idea, going with the problems which are happening over there right now for oil supply. All right. Okay, so if oil supply disrupted, then we can see spike on oil. All right. So like we have seen, when Russian invade in Ukraine, so oil spiked. So similar kind of scenarios happening over there. But right now the problem is the higher rates, okay, which are not letting the oil run higher aggressively. So we'll see. Yeah, so short term, yeah, all these areas good to watch for price action. All these areas for short term buying. These support areas good to watch for short term buyings. Okay, and simply rates to fall. 2-year yield to go down. Okay, so treasuries to rise and yields to fall. US treasuries to fall. US yields to fall. Okay, and treasuries to rise. A small push-up can happen over there on 10-year yield, okay, but the general idea is to just simply go down and futures to go higher. Okay, futures are pushing higher, and we can see I'm expecting them to go down for another leg before going to go higher. Let's go there. So you're having this. Okay, so pushing higher slightly. Yeah, if yields are going to fall, guys, it's a simple story. Just sell the dollar. Okay, so you don't need to be panic about that. Need to pick which pairs you need to choose if yields goes down. Okay, if yields fall. Okay, dollar yen gonna be a best opportunity. All right, and the yields has to go down for longer term as inflation is lower than the rates. All right, and the yields. So dollar yen has to go down in longer run. So dollar yen gonna be best opportunity to chase for the downside. So yeah, that was a buy opportunity. Okay, for short term, medium, and even for whole leg up to the high. So we still can drag lower. Okay, I mean we still can test this low, right, before we are going to rise again. If it comes, then again you are paying attention it to go back up. Buy opportunity can appear over there. Okay, so NEO gonna be a good chart to watch for longer term. If you are if you are trading on this is going to be a good chart to watch. So for longer term opportunity, yeah. So it's we were expecting it to hold that low. I think I have shown that chart previously or not, so I'm not sure in the weekly market outlook. Okay, but the lower the price goes, going to be a good place to go for long. So we were expecting it to hold that $7. So it has broken down $7. So it's a buy for longer term within these areas. All right, so between $5 to $1, it's a longer term buy opportunity. Okay, so there is still, I mean, if it keeps falling all the way up to $1, yeah, it's a buy for longer term. All right, so it's a buy for longer term. So buy and hold for longer term opportunity, NEO, right, like that. So coming down, if you are a longer term investor or trader and looking to hold, buying and hold. Okay, so the lower it goes, it's a good chart to. What is causing that to go down is simply that the Chinese economy is slowing down more than expectations. All right, so causing these stocks to not do well. But that's not the overall picture for longer term. Yeah, so at some point we're going to see that the Chinese economy going to rebound very, very aggressively, and once that's going to happen, all these stocks gonna start rising aggressively for upside. Okay, so AMD is just keep rising very, very aggressively. So last time we were expecting it to, you know, go higher from this area. So it simply, AMD is catching up the Nvidia, right? It's just catching up the Nvidia, right? So from a $54 to 174, it's just simply catching up the Nvidia. So there is a chance that it still can climb for more upside. Okay, it can continue to keep pushing more higher. So if I'm gonna put NVDA, so Nvidia has gone more aggressive, so testing 600. So Nvidia is testing 600, but AMD is also catching up the Nvidia, right? So still, you know, AMD still can continue, guys, on lower time frame, can you know, go very well for more upside on. So you have to trade on this on lower time frame, on 1 minute time frame during the New York session. Okay, so yeah, it's a you know, still bullish story, and we can easily cross 200 on this. All right, so easily can cross 200 on it. Okay, when you're trading on them at such levels, such prices, you have to be careful. All right, always trade with proper risk-reward ratio. Oracle also can visit the high. Okay, Oracle can visit the high. As we can see that the indexes are strong. So we can see these companies which are just, you know, behind, they can catch up. Okay, they can catch up. Apple can catch up. Apple can go all the way back to that previous high. Yeah, so Apple went lower, was a buy opportunity, by the way. All right, so yeah, so when Nasdaq 100X was rising, so it's catching up. So still a buy opportunity for short term on lower time frame. Okay, back to that high, back to that previous high. So Microsoft is also going, all these are just going so aggressively. Now they are catching up. They are catching up the Nvidia, right? There you go. So just gone from 200 to 400. All right, so 100% strength. All right, so I guess previously we were expecting a, yeah, this leg to appear over there. Yeah, and I haven't updated. So since then it is just keep pushing higher since this correction. And there we were expecting a one more leg lower. Okay, that didn't happen. So it's just gone. So this leg, get this leg, and that leg is just exploding for another leg higher. So yeah, it still can continue, still can climb for more upside. Yeah, so Microsoft still can continue to keep climbing for more upside. They are catching up now. Nvidia, we have already seen that, still can continue for more upside. Google is also set to break the previous top. Yeah, so it is also set to break through that previous high. So it can continue. All right, so I'm gonna ignore, let me remove that triangle. Yeah, so yeah, Dow breaking the highs, Nasdaq breaking, forming historical highs, S&P 500. Yeah, so they can easily break through that high. For short term on lower time frame, they're still bullish. On lower time frame, still bullish. So Amazon, let me check what's happening here. Amazon also set to break through that top. So it's still a short-term buy opportunity. Yes, it can test the highs up to 190 or 200. So still gonna be a buy opportunity. Okay, but you know, at current price, it's not a good at least pull back up to this low. All right, this expanding triangle like that, this low, and then continue its next leg higher like that. All right, so visit 145 areas, okay, and hold that 145 areas, and then continue to keep grinding higher up to 200. Meta, hitting that high. Tesla is a buy opportunity, by the way, okay? So not doing well, Tesla these days, all right? So in terms of market share, Chinese companies taking over, but yes, they're gonna be a run. At some point we're gonna see that the Tesla gonna pick up things and will follow the others, like others are pushing higher. Yeah, so we're gonna see next leg at some point will appear over there. Okay, so if I'm gonna pull out horizontal ray, that place gonna be good to watch at 200. So there you're paying attention, this leg at least. Okay, let me pull out. At least that leg. Okay, if not the whole leg, all the way back to the historical highs, then at least up to that. Okay, that high, this leg from that low. Okay, at least up to that, or in best case scenario, like other stocks, like other tech stocks. All right, so yeah, that's what you're looking for. Tesla is still a good opportunity. Okay, we can visit the 400. Netflix, yeah, Netflix also can visit the highs. Rates coming down, so which is a good sign for these big names to do well. All right, so continue to keep grinding higher. Correction, okay. So at least visit that low, like I have shown on the, I think on Google. So not sure, okay, but this at least that this leg, I mean this low on this daily time frame. Adobe can continue also back to that previous high. So Qualcomm, these are the lagging charts. They can catch up the indexes, so can continue to keep pushing more higher all the way. But yeah, need a proper correction on them to catch, which are high forming highs at the moment. Costco is just gone very aggressively, broken through that high, broken through that top, gone higher, so can continue to keep pushing slowly for upside. All right, so crypto is very much similar like last week, guys. All right, so my detailed analysis is there on the Bitcoin. Okay, as we are expecting a big weekly drop on the crypto. All right, and we can see that the Bitcoin is dragging lower, okay, back to this previous low. So quickly gonna look at the Bitcoin chart to let you know that what is the picture. Okay, gone higher, and if we're gonna look at the recent update, okay, so we were expecting it to break through that top, hit that 50k mark, and then reverse after hitting ASX is a buy. All right, Let me quickly show you ASX. ASX is a buy, okay? I mean, very much similar like the Australian dollar chart, all right? So I have shown you Australian dollar chart, very much similar like that, all right? So what I have shown you on the Australian dollar chart, one more leg lower, okay? The formation is same. Okay, there we can see there that this, okay, ABC move, whatever you want to call that. Here I have, you know, ask you to pay attention for another leg lower. Okay, this one more leg at up to this low or new low, and then we may see another leg higher. Okay, so if we get a drop over there, then ASX gonna also be under pressure, and we may see, you see that very much similar structure over there. Okay, correcting. Okay, so if we get that leg, all right, then this is gonna go down. Okay, so once that goes down, test that low or new low, this is the opportunity you should catch. This is the opportunity you should look after. All right, from this previous lows. I have shown that on you know, EU indices, so very much similar like that. Okay, so test that low, and once that low comes, look for this opportunity, that high, all right, and that high target. So you shouldn't chase it now, okay? You shouldn't trade this move now. It doesn't make sense to go into that trade, okay? If you're gonna go into that trade and gonna put your stop loss just somewhere there behind that, okay, you're gonna get stopped out. All right, as we can, as we are expecting one more leg to appear over there. Okay, so if you're gonna trade this, I mean this move, okay, you're gonna get stopped out before we're gonna get that leg higher. Okay, so should I trade for this move? Okay, should I sell that trade? All right, yes, you can. Okay, you can you know, trade on that move. Okay, but as I said, that you need to understand that where you put your, you know, your risk, rather than, you know, spreading all over. So the Australian dollar going to be okay, rather than, you know, chasing the similar, you know, trade which, you know, you're having here. Okay, so rather than going after that, yeah, so you can same trade is just appearing over there, or if you're going to take both, right, this is going to multiply your risk. So the trade is very much similar on the ASX. So we were on Bitcoin. Yeah, we'll do that next week. Sorry, so we are running out of time. All right, and I have to look at crypto. Okay, so we were talking about that Bitcoin. Okay, so 50 to return to 30k. Yeah, so we may see to go to 33,000 or 35,000. Okay, so it broken down that wedge. Okay, broken down that wedge, corrected, broken down. Okay, another correction, so slightly went lower. We are having, yeah, so that wedge. Okay, that wedge still can break out into that direction. Okay, we still can see another leg higher, all the way back to that 50k mark, right? But this is not the picture we are looking at right now, right? We are just simply looking into just, you know, keep dragging lower, continue to keep falling all the way up to 35 or 30k areas. Okay, again, as I have explained that pretty well in the previous weekly market outlook, guys. So which pair to trade? If BTC goes down, all right, you're chasing the Ethereum. Ethereum is a good chart to watch. Same analysis, okay? Ethereum, Bitcoin was falling, Ethereum was a sell opportunity. All right, Bitcoin was going down, Ethereum lagging. Bitcoin breaking this previous low. All right, so Ethereum was, you know, breaking that triangle. Okay, so yeah, so for buy, Bitcoin is okay, but when you are trying to counter it for the downside, it carry risk. All right, so rather than, you know, countering the Bitcoin for the downside, okay, let's have a confirmation from the Bitcoin if it goes down. Yeah, so similar trade you can catch on the Ethereum for downside with almost you know, preset risk reward ratio. All right, I mean, Bitcoin will also already tell you that how much you're gonna, I mean, you're gonna get out from the Ethereum. all right? So yeah, so it can break out, all right? It can, this wedge, all right? So it can break out. I don't have an indication at the moment for this to break out and go into that direction, as you know, explained pretty well in the previous weekly market outlooks, that copper is telling us that risk of move to happen on the Bitcoin for a bigger weekly move to the downside. All right, so far it's just simply following that. If change comes, all right, the change is coming right now at the moment, okay, and the change is on the US indices. Yeah, so US indices breaking the previous highs, making new highs, records, all right, and that's a change. So Bitcoin is not following that at the moment. It's not following the Nasdaq 100 index. Nasdaq 100 index is breaking the previous high, but Bitcoin is not breaking the previous high. That's the change in US indices. Let's pull out. Okay, there we can see. There is the change coming. Okay, so same time, Nasdaq index was a buy, and at the same time, Bitcoin was a buy. Bitcoin buy was here. Okay, at that low at 16K, when we were expecting it to rise from the 61K. Yeah, so since then it was just keep climbing. So similarly, we had a buy opportunity on Nasdaq 100 index, so should be here. This chart. All right, so Nasdaq 100 index broke through that top, the previous high. All right, so this previous high broke through that previous high and went for the next leg higher. Okay, but what happened over there? Bitcoin, went up to this top and now struggling. All right, this is the divergence which is just coming over there on Bitcoin and Nasdaq 100 index. So Nasdaq index went lower. All right, so Bitcoin also went lower, but Nasdaq 100 index went higher. Okay, but Bitcoin is not, pushing higher. Let's go to the chart now. There. Okay, so Nasdaq index broke through this previous high, gone through that high. Okay, now you can see Nasdaq 100 index broke through that top. Okay, Bitcoin top is there at 670K. All right, so they both started to rise. Nasdaq went higher. Okay, but Bitcoin, is still stuck into this correction, very much similar like this. Okay, and is not following the Nasdaq 100 index for next leg higher. Okay, back to that 70K mark. So we still, we still got a risk for this move. Okay, it is not following the Nasdaq 100 index at the moment, as we clearly can see that. All right, Nasdaq 100 index broke through the top, and the Bitcoin is still struggling at this high, this area. So divergence is coming over there between the BTC and the Nasdaq 100 index. The tech stock, both are going into the opposite direction. So that's why, guys, we cannot ignore another leg higher, as I said, that in lower time frame. Okay, so it still can catch up very, very aggressively for upside back to that high. I mean, like Nasdaq 100 index, the way Nasdaq 100 index is doing, so that can happen. So you cannot say that that cannot happen. So we were using the inflation, the copper, and the interest rates, which were telling us that we are going for a big sideways market on the BTC back to that previous low before we're gonna have another leg higher. So that's our base case. Okay, but the change is coming here. Okay, Nasdaq 100 index. This might be a lead for the crypto to go for another leg higher. All right, so we are not changing into that direction yet on the crypto. All right, but you guys need to understand that this picture also possible on Bitcoin. Okay, and as I said that we still can see another leg higher. Okay, and how far that leg goes, we'll see. Okay, so yeah, that's the case. So how to trade? All right, the question is how to trade. For us right now, there is no trade on the Bitcoin. Okay, And if you are trading on short term or whatever and you're looking to trade on it, all right, so you need a very sharp breakout like this. Okay, this wedge is generally a trend reversal sign. Okay, when price slows down within that wedge for the downside, gives us a clue that the breakout is going to happen. Okay, and if a breakout happens, then you can chase that into that direction. All right, so a kind of neutral analysis we are having. Okay, but right now on the Ethereum, we are having a bearish, opportunity. Ethereum to just keep going down, finish the wave back at that low 21. Shown that at the start, guys. Okay, so Ethereum to just keep dragging lower, finish the move at the bottom. And if we're gonna get a buy opportunity over there on the Bitcoin, yeah, if Bitcoin moves away for another leg higher as shown. Okay, so you're catching up the Ethereum. Okay, from this low, like previously there was a buy opportunity there. Okay, so that's your Ethereum chart. And others, okay, others still can drag lower. Last we were expecting them to test that low. They are still under pressure, as we can see that the Bitcoin is under pressure. Okay, so they are not ready to jump into the trade yet. Okay, but as I said, that if you see that the breakout is coming on Bitcoin for another leg, okay, the wedge is breaking out, then you're gonna get a buy opportunity on these charts too. They still can drag more lower, these charts. All right, so Luna to go down all the way up to 5, and Luna Classic to go all the way up to 5, and Luna to go all the way up to 38. Okay, Rose is falling, and Rose also can drag lower. Once we're gonna see that the Bitcoin is jumping, okay, so we're gonna see they will also go for another leg higher. All right, so same like last week, still dragging lower. Yeah, this is the only chart which tested the low and went higher, I guess, looping for one-on-one target. And this is Avalanche, still can drag more lower. Okay, it's not ready to jump in and still can drag more lower. Nem, did not tag that low, yeah, and just went higher ballistically for next leg higher. Okay, so it's gone, did not test that low which we were talking about last week. All right, so VeChain still can drag more lower, as we can see that the Bitcoin is still under pressure. Near Bitcoin is under pressure. This can goes down to flow, same picture. All right, so I guess these are the only charts we have seen last week. Okay, so enough for this week, right? So enough for today. And okay, so let's watch for how dollar does. All right, and the charts we have just shown for this week. So silver is under pressure, and gold slightly pushing higher, right? And okay, so we already got a bounce off on the DXY from those lows. Okay, for short-term trade is already bouncing off from those lows, so some moves are happening over there. Okay, so euro as shown went higher and then again dragging lower. So watch these charts. Okay, so pound came over there at that top, and then you are looking to go down. All right, so enough. Thank you very much. We'll see you back again in another weekly market outlook next week. Until then, bye.